I remember Matthew and I, and it was a huge mistake, and we quickly reversed our ways. But our mantra for this film was, well, we did Teacherama. So of course we could get through this one. So that's like, what a low bar. Like, why are you challenging yourself in that way? Having watched this week, this is probably the first time I've seen this film since it was aired. And
Destroy All Planets, the surprising sequel to The Book Thief.
This is the hardest one for me. Like, I hate this movie. Like, I actually don't enjoy watching this film.
So is this just going to be 90 minutes of screeching turtle noises?
Are you complaining after that dance movie?
Kept looking at the time cursor, at the bottom of it and thinking, okay, like 20 minutes have gone by. No, just like 2 minutes.
Hi, I'm Gamma.
It was just...
Because it's the same thing over and over and over and over.
Shouldn't we be singing a theme song right now?
I think we could get sued for that.
I see.
Yes.
The one thing that made me laugh out loud, Becky, is when you said,
ooh, he really needs a Kleenex.
ooh, he needs a tissue.
Yeah.
There's like spewing stuff. And then
I know, it's just like gushing out.
That's it. I'm never eating custard-filled donuts ever again.
I stopped eating those after watching Van Wilder.
Oh, good point.
The whole film can be summed up by, like, someone didn't like a group of 5-year-olds and decided to make a movie for them. Like, it's made for 5-year-olds you don't like.
So if we played a drinking game where every time he screeched we took a shot, we'd all be passed out before the end.
Not me.
Made it for parents of 5-year-olds that they didn't like, because it's going to torture those parents, that the kid is going to want to watch that thing over and over again.
This movie is the number 2 reason why Gamera was never invited back for any children's birthday parties.
The number 2 reason? You know what? I'm not serving that up for you.
All that constant screeching of the monsters. Like, if I really wanted to torture somebody, I'd record just the fight sounds and play that on a loop.
Gamera, ripping off King Kong since whenever this film was made.
The dubbing was horrible. Like, I took Japanese in college, and there was a whole bunch of words that I heard them say that just weren't mentioned at all.
Gamera, help us get out!
Wait, what?
Please, our oxygen is getting low. It'll soon be gone. So, oxygen, huh? I don't understand a thing you're saying.
All right, hour and a half to go. Hour 25. Hour 20.
It was painful.
I kind of slept through some of the backstory.
The one joke that got me, which really took me back, was
12 minutes after Sarah Palin takes office.
Oh, that was great. There was that big explosion. Yeah, I thought that was hilarious.
So, this is not God.
I think we can get sued for even mentioning the name God.
And then a random, what was the game show one that you and Becky?
The $25,000.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Careful.
The $25,000 pyramid starts right now.
I know. I had to back up and listen to that again. I went, I can't believe I could talk that fast coherently.
Things that go on forever, things that make no sense, things that fight other things, useless backstory, rubber monsters, pass!
I wonder.
Jeff, I couldn't believe, I think this is the only time I've heard you say something, he's a dick. I was like,
Really?
Oh, I don't
no.
think we have that in other
Oh, yeah, we do.
All I wanted was some flour, but you had to go and be a dick, didn't you, Gamera?
Yeah, and then what about Wyatt said,
It must be painful to ride that dude bareback.
I'm going to quote you on that out of context later.
I was like, wow, this one is really saucy.
Tastes like chicken.
You're looking at what's on the screen, and those two monsters, when they were battling, didn't look like they were fighting all the time.
So when he jumps from one foot to the other like that, is that supposed to mean he's mad?
Either that or a mating call.
Please stop.
Yeah. And sometimes we don't say it. Someone's like, wait, are they still fighting? Or, you know.
I started a choreographed show for Vacation Bible School, but had to run a 4-minute mile.
Does he have some medication or something that we need to give him?
If it were only that simple.
Alice in Wonderland should be called Bread and Butter Palace. My pappy told me you can overhaul a tractor with too many monkey wrenches. You need peanuts.
Does someone have a Tootsie Pop? It'll make sense in a second.
I thought I put too much pressure on myself. Then I realized it was the atmosphere.
Here, Pete, here's a Tootsie Pop.
And from an actor's standpoint, that's the first time you ever saw Wyatt, too. It was like, and here's Wyatt, and action.
So, you like movies about turtles that shoot fire?
Well, yeah, who doesn't?
This one is probably my favorite. Well, it's one of my favorites of my part.
I am not talking to you, and I think we both know why.
20 pounds of crazy in a 10-pound bag?
Exactly.
Well, I don't know. I think I'm going to go after Dan, so that's not quite Sarah.
Because he's got a head on his shoulders, or he's got a head on his brain.
After he just came in that crazy costume and ordered pizza from Arizona, like, oh yeah, Dan's the real.
Hey, if you're not dating Dan, I think I'll go after him. Oh, he's all yours.
How she gets mad at Wyatt for wearing glasses, right? So then Wyatt does his best to appease her. And so he's not wearing glasses. And I love that last bit.
You were right, Jeff. I should listen to you more often.
But he goes right up to Pete and says, Jeff, you're right.
Yeah.
And then he turns and walks into the door.
Into the door.
You were right, Jeff. I should listen to you more often.
Well, then it bothered me that he was watching the movie without the glasses.
Yeah.
There wasn't a joke about that somewhere on there.
Gamera, take off.
Gamera, jump on 3 legs and call yourself Snooky Crumbs.
Shizona's Pizza, Becky's been there, is a real place.
Yep, it's great pizza.
Shizona's Pizza is the best pizza I've ever had in my life.
Yeah, nobody's gonna believe this.
It was kind of a special order.
I'm not talking about the order.
And one time for Rabbit Ears, we were on a layover in Phoenix. We weren't in Phoenix for Rabbit Ears, but we were just in the airport. And I was about to catch a cab, order a pizza, and have the cab take me back. And Dylan actually stopped me and said, Jeff, this is insane. You cannot risk missing our next flight.
I want to be the Gummy King.
Wow.
I love their pizza, and I wrote this episode inside Shizona's, waiting for my pizza.
Scottsdale, Arizona?
But yeah, and Peter was great too, playing the pizza guy.
Yeah.
He had fun with that.
I want to be the Gummy King.
Wow.
That explains a $258 delivery for 1 pie.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I was looking for that payoff in that word.
That'll be $275.89.
Becky had that costume, and I'm like, hey, can we borrow that? Dan should wear that. I don't have a reason for it, but, you know, sure.
A very merry birthday to you.
Yeah.
I love when the spaceship's going over and we're like, okay, please, everyone be quiet. Everyone be quiet. And Dan's like, hey, we're over here.
Yeah. Don't say where you live.
Please don't say where you live. Please don't say where you live. No, that's great. No.
So if you go back to the 4th season, just to tie things, there's a bit where Pete has some line about, I had a dress like that. You know, it's in my closet or something. And Jack, you know, Alex, says, I've been in your room. The only thing in there is a brown tarp. And Pete says, that's the dress, right? But it's tied back in, you know, like it's still referencing this episode.
It looks like it's just you and me, Tarp. This might be the beginning of a beautiful friendship.
Kisses it. And I'm looking at that, I'm going,
not directed.
That tarp came out of my basement.
Quick! Block camera with a banana.
All I've got is an upside down question mark.
Those things don't block anything for no logical reason. You're screwed.
The thing that saves this movie for me, I don't know if it saves it,
is the entire commentary.
Bear mode.
Is Dan's Don Adams as Gamera.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was just fabulous throughout.
Has anyone seen my keys? I'm just looking for my keys here.
I said, okay, that's the voice. Do you mind doing it? He said, no, sure, we'll do it. And so I just, with that voice in mind, just started writing the most mundane things. Gamera's just going about his days.
Now I'm off to Red Rock. Maybe stop and get some Ben & Jerry's on the way.
And it got better and better over the course of that movie, because when he gets to the part where he's the final battle with that gray banana thing, you know, and the kids are going, Gamera, Gamera, and he's going,
a little busy right now.
I know, kid, shut up. I know. And it was brilliant.
This is your last chance to beg for cookies. And mercy.
And then it got even better than that when it's the final scene and he's talking about going to the emergency room and I might not make it through the night, and it's all still in that Don's voice.
I'm off to the hospital. See you kids later. Critically injured.
Giving the monsters just normal names. Steve.
So Gamera spits fire. I don't think the rhino puppy...
Steve.
Right. I don't think Steve has any special powers.
And
Red Banana was Ted, right?
Oh, Ted, yeah.
Ted from Jersey, right? He's from New Jersey.
Okay, who's this guy?
Ted.
And you're basing that on...
His name is Ted.
And where is Ted from?
New Jersey.
Okay, then.
Wyatt later says, I have an idea. Why don't we give all the monsters regular names? But he's the one that started it with the Ted. Like he'd already done it. I don't.
It wasn't Vicky who says we've been there already. Or
Where have you been? Where have you been?
Maybe we should name these monsters so we can keep track of who they are.
Where have you been?
Oh.
He didn't pay attention because he was reading the ingredients on an Alka-Seltzer or something.
Yeah. Oh, were we already doing that? I was reading the nutritional label on this bottle of AMP energy drink.
See, now that's when we are desperate to fill space. That is just textbook. You know, he's an AMP energy drink, and then he's all, it's from Poland.
The last 30 minutes?
It's from Poland.
Sometimes I work on these scripts and I'm not in the United States. And I remember going, oh, I'm reading an AMP energy drink. And then I looked at it and realized it wasn't in English.
Nothing like a relaxing milk bath. Oh, yeah. That's it. Hits the spot.
I was amazed at how much of this film had the kids and the Boy Scout troop. And I remember it just being like, how many more monster fights do we have to watch?
Order the Gamera workout for beginners now, and we'll throw in a free gift. How to shoot lasers from your head, hosted by Ted. Only $19.95. plus $49.95 shipping and handling. Get yours today.
I like the random Americans that were just peppered in throughout.
I know we don't belong in this top secret military base, but do you have a vending machine?
Rescue our children. Yes, please, try everything.
That sun sequence.
Oh, stupid.
What was the sun? Did anyone? I watched this again, and I've seen this too many times, and I still don't understand what that sun sequence was.
Are the shots of the sun supposed to tell us something?
So he's an Indian now?
Are the shots of the sun supposed to tell us something?
We had
to show that time did not pass. Like when you're watching this movie, time just is it a standstill?
No, Gamera, how could you?
But I'm secretly a ginger.
What?
This one was just like a salt in your ears.
This reminds me of the time I dressed as a dinosaur and went to a frozen yogurt shop. The kids loved me until they found out I wasn't hired by the yogurt shop, and then the cops came.
It was hard to tell anyone apart instead of just two sisters.
The one on the right is hotter.
I like the one in the middle.
There's one in the middle?
The dubbing was bothering me the whole time.
It's my Gamera camera!
It took me until about an hour and 15 minutes in before I realized one of the boys was American.
Is there any connection between the turtle and the submarine and those kids and those watch things?
The alien ship didn't make any sense either. Like, they blew it up like 4 times in the very beginning. And then it could just
a bunch of ping pong balls glued together, so it should have fallen apart easily.
I'm sorry, I must disagree. I think Pete had it right when he referred to the ship as...
It's like a bumblebee orgy.
I have so much more respect for Matthew because I feel like he had 100th of the budget for props for rabbit ears and came up with better stuff than the spaceships.
The entire movie.
Yeah.
That was my pet duck's name back in the 70s. Oh no, wait. His name was Ralph.
Now, I never expected to see his genitals, but apparently...
No, that I didn't expect that either.
What is that thing? What is that thing?
What is that? What is that? What is that?
Imagine how many alligator skin boots you can make out of Steve.
Wyatt says, I have a question. And Vicky says, only one? I've got about 30.
Yeah.
I have a question.
Just one? I have like 30.
Okay,
Yeah, don't
can somebody
worry, Jeff.
explain, like, how did they escape with, like, a string?
I know, I couldn't figure that out either.
Stuck, and then they had a string.
Pulling them out? Yeah, what?
This is my house. This is my house.
We use the string to escape. The same way we could have before without the string.
And it takes a, 9-year-old to understand how alien technology works?
And we will be watching the Bob Newhart Show all evening. Yes. The Bob Newhart Show.
The film was definitely written for a 5-year-old. Like, we joke about it, but it really was.
And when I get up to your spaceship, I'm gonna pee on your lamp camera style.
That's why I don't understand how in the world that saved the movie studio.
It did, and it did.
I'm just in shock right now.
So shocked.
Shut up.
It was like when you're talking about studios being saved by a single film that were collapsing, you got Cleopatra, right? And Titanic. Destroy All Planets.
Ah, crap, it's Gamera. That means more screeching.
The kid being obsessed with eating ants. Like, at the very beginning. Like, that could be in any movie.
Don't worry, Mariko. Your brother has learned his lesson.
I'm sure he'll never eat a colony of live ants again.
Damn it, put that stick down! Like, he's just constantly eating ants.
Hurry up, we gotta go to
He's over there by the ant farm.
Damn it!
Yeah. So there are saving graces. I was very proud of that. And that's it.
YMCA. Where's everybody going?
The commentary was fabulous. The movie sucked big time.
Look, destroying stuff is my thing. I'm a monster. That's what we do. You should really have seen this coming.
And like, there was a Pampers commercial in the middle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This dollhouse is an antique. How can you tell? No fancy. I was thinking of trying a newer brand.
Should I discuss that? Because there's a reason. Do you want to know?
Sure.
Yes.
Okay. So whenever you see a commercial in Rabbit Ears, this had 2 of them.
Oh, that's right. Right after it was a cold cream commercial.
Have you compared leading cold creams with a fabulous warm cream called Albaline?
Whenever you see a commercial in Rabbit Ears, something has gone horribly wrong. And I will say, to the credit of the production, you'll notice that around the time Dylan took over as script supervisor, the commercials disappeared.
No, I will not kiss you. Get away from me, you perv.
And you guys, Becky, do you remember the game that you were playing?
I love that game. It was so much fun. There was no point. We were just having a good old time with it.
But do you remember what it was? What it actually was?
No. I don't.
I'm sad inside. It was the Lizzie McGuire trivia game.
If we had a dog, I bet he'd be going nuts right now.
There is a line where he's got Ted's foot, and I told Wyatt how to say this, and he says it like he's with a baby.
I've got your toes.
The backstory of this film is this is the fourth Gamera
out of 12.
Out of 12, yes.
Out of 12? Oh, so the wish at the end about, so he's dead, now there won't be any more, that didn't come true.
So this is the 4th out of 12, and the director, they slated it to be the 4th. They'd already made 3 more. It was like, okay, we know what we're doing. And then, as they were making it, the studio financially collapsed.
Oh.
And just totally went under. And so the only way they could finish the movie was to do all these flashbacks of all movies they'd already made, because they were done. There was no more money. There was no more studio. And so the whole budget of this film was $56,000. And so they put it together. This is the product, right? And it made so much money in the theaters that it saved the studio. And the studio came back.
Are you kidding me?
And then they made 7 more Gamera movies.
Oh dear.